So a couple days ago, this client flagged down Frank on the highway. He goes, man, you gotta help me out. I got this big building. I've been holding it forever. I can't find anyone who's willing to work on it. There's just nobody good out here. I see your videos all the time. Maybe you can come look at it. Maybe you guys will do the project. So we're out here today. We're gonna take a look at it. So let's head inside. You wanna start basement?
Sure.
Yeah, watch this first stair.
Yeah, so here's the water under the steps over here.
Yeah, usually is.
Someone did point out to me that that's too small, plus whatever other pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so old. But...
Yeah, then yeah, these two are singles.
Oh yeah, look at this. They did the hardwood right on the floor.
Yeah.
That's crazy. For reference, usually you'd have a concrete floor, cement floor, whatever it is. Then you'd have a layer of something between that and the wood, whether you use plywood or subfloor or even just like a membrane or whatever. But they didn't do anything. It looks like they literally just put this wood on the dirt floor.
One thought I did have was to do baseboard heating.
How do you feel about just like one heating unit in each unit?
Like a furnace though?
Yeah.
I'm open to it. I'm thinking
because if you do like a boiler,
yeah,
it's gonna be pricey.
What if you do electric baseboard?
You can. Electric bills are gonna be insane.
Yeah, the tenants aren't gonna pay those bills.
I'm totally open to it. I'm just thinking also space-wise where you put in your unit. So
I'd put it in a closet. If it's a one bedroom, you don't need a full tank.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this one. So this one actually has the subfloor we were talking about. Obviously this stuff's got some issues going on here, but this is an example of one of those types of subfloor that you could put down.
They really framed these down. Was there a need to do that?
I wasn't involved in any of this, so I assume he just ordered windows that didn't fit.
He didn't even order it.
He bought it off the shelf and framed down.
Steel intercom.
Oh yeah. So we had one of these recently where the floor guy wasn't paying attention and he cut the cord to the intercom. You had to crawl under the crawl space of the building and everything just to get this thing hooked up again. Frank calls me on the phone. He goes, he cut this wire, this is ridiculous. I'm down here on my back climbing around. It's freezing, it's cold, it's Sunday. Safe to say you don't want to cut random wires because then you end up with those situations. We ended up having to take $1,000 from the floor guy to cover the cost of having to redo the intercom setup.
That's like another thought I had is like once you're opening everything up, does it pay to have a few twos and less total units?
I mean, I always like twos better than ones just because they're a lot more rentable. You know, with one bedroom, you get the single guy, single girl who's moving in and out all the time. I mean, two bedroom, you have a higher chance of them like staying put. And these ones you're not really gonna change.
Well, these actually might be, you'll see when we walk into the rest of the building, there's actually a lot more space
to go down?
to work with.
Okay.
Like you don't need all that space for storage and laundry.
No, not for 14 units, especially if you're gonna combine them. You can see how bad all this is, but somehow this penny tile that's 100 years old is still in here. It's not broken, polish it up, and this whole thing could be saved. I mean, it's not even one crack in it.
We're already saving money.
Oh yeah, this goes deep.
We know how much you guys love these old Detroit buildings, so we made a shirt to represent the movement. The link's in the description to go get yourself a brand new rebuild t-shirt. All right, let's keep exploring.
So here we have the option, I mean, there's nothing to this wall, to pull this out and make this thing a 2 or 3 bedroom unit. So now when you pull it out to a 2 or 3 bedroom unit, you have a higher chance of your tenant staying a lot longer, which is obviously good because it reduces your turnover, right? So no brainer there.
The panel, by the way, is over there in that corner. Just be careful, it's hot.
Boy, that is old school. Frank, do you see this? Gotta be water, because that's huge.
Water in this one.
Waste, maybe?
Where was he gonna put the washers?
Who knows, man? This is probably the only thing he knew how to do himself, and so he just like put it in. An established 1904 Harry Disner custom tailored. That's like just a sheet of ice. Not something you see too often. Water all the time, but you never catch it frozen on the wall. It's likely due to some kind of combo of gutters and grading. The foundation's not too cracked up, it's not destroyed, it's not leaning, anything like that. So if you look along the top here, you can see where the ice starts because there's nothing running from above it, right? So that tells us it's probably ground level. So if it's ground level, that means that the gutters are either aren't there, or if they are there, they're packed full of stuff. So all the water and the ice as it melts is all sitting at the bottom of the building. Now, if you have proper grading away from your building like this, it'll just run down. But if your grading's like this, it'll run down into the building. So if you have a combination of backwards grading and the gutters are full or not there or not working for whatever reason, all the water collects right here. And as it collects here, it runs down into the ground. And you know, all this building material, all this stuff, no matter what it is, no matter how good it is, it's all porous. So eventually the water, if there's enough of it, is gonna come through. So that's likely what's happening here because there's no big cracking or anything like that would tell me water's gushing in. It's probably just seeping in through the porous material because of the grading and the gutters. So when we go outside, we'll check that. That one's for everyone who thinks we don't build anything.
Structurally, it looks okay.
That's what I was gonna say. The block doesn't look terrible anywhere so far. I mean, a couple hairline cracks, but it's like just cemented. And do you have plans on the building? Gotcha.
Well, it's a pretty deep closet in here. You could definitely put a furnace in.
That's what I was thinking. Put one and a
Put a furnace in a
and a
water
tank, and you'd still have room. Because if you just do those mini tanks, you know, for a one-two bedroom, you don't need a 30, 40 gallon tank.
Why in the hell would you even be thinking about doing this?
As he's gonna try to save that tile.
I don't know why he'd even do. He's already setting up for a shower. Look at the rest of the building. As far as planning goes and staging of how you would build.
We call it order of operation.
Order of operation. This isn't even this year. It's very cool, but you're not saving this.
Yeah, my guess is he didn't want to retile the thing and spend the money, so he decided he would just plumb around it and try to save what he could and then plug in holes with new tile where he needed. So he just ran the plumbing way prematurely, but that's obviously not how you want to do that.
Case in point, you're attaching plumbing to a wall, it floats. You see it moving.
Yeah.
They're gonna make you rip it out. It's a shame, wasted effort.
Is there a window in here?
Fire in here? There was a fire.
There was a fire in the building.
It got into the floor joists.
Yeah, we'll see it more towards the back.
That's charred pretty darn bad.
Yeah,
That's a lot of damage.
yeah.
Old wood survives.
That looks terrible with the paint.
Oh, I know. Why wouldn't you leave that wood? I mean, the wood looks gorgeous.
This whole building is burning.
Yeah.
Like, this defies logic. How did this burn, but then that didn't burn, and that didn't burn?
You're right. That is char right there around the door frame.
This was in the walls pretty bad. I mean, it'd be interesting to see when you open it up just where the hell this fire was at. Because this is why when these buildings catch on fire and you've got plaster, why they smolder for days and days, because this burned itself out.
The plaster insulates it well.
Yeah, absolutely. So the fire got up in, it just crawled through the wood. In a big blaze like this, and the building survived. That's crazy. Something about all the construction made me definitely want to use plaster, not drone. Look at this. This room is baked. This was bad. Think about this was a hot box.
Oh,
If this was drywall, this building would go. Think how much water they dumped in here just putting fire.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm surprised the floors aren't worse. You could restore these if someone wanted to. I wouldn't either because it's more expensive, but in the right neighborhood.
Yeah.
So all of these, like Frank said, all charred and burned. You see the black up there? That's all just char. All the way down. You see that?
I'm hoping the roof is more salvageable.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather just repair it if we can and
Yeah.
not replace it. Replacing these things is a monster. You never know what you get into up there.
And this is how many units?
It's only 14.
14.
14. You're gonna need fire system in here, fire suppression.
Really?
I think so.
I think they'll make you, yeah.
Guys, we can send it to planning and see what they say.
But I know on our other ones they made us do it.
I mean, honestly, if I could find a buyer for this, I'm also totally open to selling it.
What's the number on it?
$225.
Okay. You know who could also potentially have the appetite for this? Either Andre or Ted.
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, just with the work we do, we have a ton of, you know.
Yeah, I figured it.
Okay, hold on. Yep.
Nick got gun up there, so I have faith.
Oh, I ain't going up there.
Seems all right.
For the most part there. I know there's one spot on this side of the building behind me that's something's going on there. So next door is a non-for-profit, and they've been bugging me for a while for this building. They get all these grants and programs.
So I was gonna say, have you applied for any of those?
I haven't, but I know if someone buys it and deals with it, there's a lot to work with.
There's a ton of grants for this type of stuff.
Yeah.
The affordable housing tax credits and all that
Oh,
stuff.
that I know, but this is actual money for like.
Oh yeah, we're doing
sell
one in
tax credit.
Mexican Town.
Yeah.
It's like a big 18 unit. It's kind of like this, but it was like Victorian style.
Okay.
And he's doing the whole thing through grants. They're paying for all of it.
Really?
Yeah, because he's the last one. Big building, not redone.
I'd love to know. I mean, maybe missing other stuff.
Yeah, and it's historical too, so he's getting a ton for that. The only thing he had to pay for was the plans and the feasibility study.
Really?
And once he proved it was worth it.
Maybe you could put me in touch with him.
You know what's always interesting to me, and I know it's,
Buy bathtub. Like, what was it?
he was gonna put the baths in, man. Well, especially to leave them here. I mean, if you get kicked off the project, at least take them with you. I mean, it was his own project, right? But like, at least return it and get some of your money back. If it's $200-300 a tub, he's got 10 tubs in here. I mean,
Yeah, no, I listen. I hear.
did he plumb this one? Yeah, he sure did.
Plumbed everything.
That's crazy.
I mean, if the wood gets in your way, just bust it.
We don't know who he was or if he was just trying his best or what.
Kind of like hell.
That's what I'm saying. He was probably just doing what he knew how to do.
Listen, everyone in the industry, this is like how you learn.
Yeah, exactly. You got to try and fail.
There's definitely some wood in there.
Oh, I'm sure there's some repairs, but you don't think we'll have to rip it off. I mean, most of this wood so far I've seen up top looks dry.
Look at this corner. It's finished.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even go over the thing. I'm sure there's repair work, but I really don't want to rip the whole thing off.
Oh, that's expensive wire.
That is very expensive wire, and I've seen it. That's number 6 wire. He's got hundreds of dollars of wire.
You saw more of it?
Yeah, it's in every unit almost.
It definitely
He's
is.
got $500 worth of sitting there.
in every unit, plus the tubs.
Tubs are
Hey, money's money.
less interesting to me. The wiring is easier for me to just put in my car.
I grab all of it.
I'm feeling my toes a bit.
We've all got steel toes and thick socks.
Great socks. I actually got a pair of them on now.
Those ones we got.
You stepped
I
up.
love these things.
Camel Mill, one of our sponsors.
These socks are freaking great.
Oh, my socks are twice as thick
dog
as
hair
yours,
from
and
my
I
German
can't
Shepherd.
feel my toes.
They're compression, they're made in the US. 10-year rip warranty, American made, compression fit. Your feet don't sweat, but they stay warm. He said his socks are twice as thick and our feet aren't
I
cold.
mean, mine are, I thought they were steaming.
Link in the description, check them out. Sanborn 10, discount code, put it in, you'll get 10% off your order for being a viewer of ours.
Thousands of dollars worth of shit.
I know, like I said, I'm surprised he just left it. I mean, he probably could have paid you whatever his payment was with all this Frank, we might have something for you here. It might be a penny. Or a dime.
Where?
Right there on the cardboard.
No way. What is it?
I'm not checking.
That's a dime.
It's up 10 cents on the day.
2001.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's a pretty good building. I mean, it's like he said, the bones are good. It obviously needs to be gone through quite a bit, but the roof doesn't seem terrible. Some repair. Most of the windows are in. We can pretty them up with the frame down. And it's going to be a lot of the heavier lifting, the HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and then finish. But if you want to check out another video where we're touring another apartment complex we're working on, click here.